Hi guys, welcome back to English-Indonesian translation class, English extension course. And how are you today, guys? Are you safe and sound? Okay, I hope everyone is fine and well. So, last week we have covered the material of translating noun phrases, and there will be another video that covers the discussion of translating the noun phrases examples as if I include this in this meeting, I think it will be over time. And also, I decided to record a video instead of holding a Zoom meeting as there are many materials that I want to explain. So I think it will be more effective and efficient if I record a video instead. Okay, guys. So let's get started with the first material for today's meeting. So guys, we'll explain the problems in translation. It's also included in on your module. So guys, in this page, you are provided with several examples of problems in translation. Yeah, it reflects the common problems for translator in translating English text to Bahasa Indonesia. The first one is the example of too faithful translation, that the translator tries to translate the word in the English word for word in Bahasa Indonesia. So word for word. So it is translated literally from English to Bahasa Indonesia, but it results on unsatisfactory translation. So if we read the result, 6 cat jam sebelah tenggara Hawaii. So guys, as we have read the translation, it doesn't make any sense, and also it is unacceptable, considered unacceptable, as we cannot get the meaning and the message written in the source text by reading the target text. Yeah, it will make the readers confused and they won't get the meaning or the transferred message. It is because the translator tends to concentrate on the formal correspondence. Formal correspondence is the correspondence of one word in English and to another language. Therefore, in translating, we need to reproduce the meaning. So we can just leave the text aside, the source text, and then we can get understanding the meaning or the context from the original text and rewrite it in the target language, Bahasa Indonesia. It will help us to avoid this problem. Yeah. And the second problem, it is also one of the difference in the language system between English and Bahasa Indonesia. One of the examples is the pronoun we. So if we translate we in Bahasa Indonesia, we need to decide whether we want to use kita or kami. As in Bahasa Indonesia, we differentiate that, yeah, if we use kita, it includes the second person or the addressee. But if we use kami, we exclude the second person or the addressee when we are talking about someone. Therefore, it is also a challenge for a translator to translate the word we in English. That's only one example. There are a lot of other examples that may be problematic in translating English text to Bahasa Indonesia. Okay guys, so in overcoming this problem, we need to have a close examination of the relation with other words. Yeah, you can take a look at the previous sentences and understanding the context, whether we need to include or exclude the second person. Okay. And then guys, the other example regarding the language system is the plurality in Bahasa Indonesia. Okay. In Bahasa Indonesia, if we want to indicate a plural noun, we need to use a reduplicated word, right? But in English, we have some kinds of marker like modifiers like quantifier, and also we have the affix s to indicate the plural form. And in Bahasa Indonesia, the plurality sometimes becomes a problem, as sometimes if we reduplicate the word, it will make the word become more, like lengthy, and then it doesn't sound simple. So it's, in Bahasa Indonesia is bertele-tele. So usually in Bahasa Indonesia, we can change the plural as the general thing in English to a singular one. Okay, so it depends on the length of the sentence though. If you think that you need to make it singular and it doesn't change the meaning, then it's okay to make the plural noun as a singular, like this. So you can use like bahasa bahasa Indonesia seperti bahasa Jawa and Sunda. Okay, in this sentence you have too many bahasa duplicated in one sentence, so you can just make another variation to avoid overuse of the word bahasa. Okay, and then next example of the problems, guys. This is the last one that I want to show you. The other most common problems faced by the translator is that when we try to be faithful to the source language of text in terms of structure, for example, active and still active, and then we have the same identity, sometimes the text or the target text in the target language, somehow it sounds distorted. There is the language is kind of rigid and it is unnatural. So it will sound as a translated text, not a text that is written in the target language. Therefore, guys, we need to stick to Naidas and Tabor's ideas that we, as translator, must strive for equivalence rather than identity. So we don't have to always stick to the structure of the text. We can find any other variation as long as we can get the equivalence that will make our text, translated text, become more natural and also acceptable in Bahasa Indonesia. Let's take a look at the first example. In the source text, we have the formal recognition of a field of sociolinguistics, and it is translated faithfully, to faithful becomes pengenalan formal lapangan sosiolinguistik. Alright, so actually the meaning is already transferred, but somehow the language is kind of distorted and it's too rigid. Like it's too technical. So guys, we need to apply another variation to make it more friendly to the reader and it is easier for us to understand. For example, the first will provide some detailed examples of what kind of sociolinguistic rules we can expect to find. If we translate it faithfully, it will be pertama akan memberikan beberapa contoh-contoh terperinci tentang jenis kaidah sociolinguistik dapat kita harapkan. So guys, if we translate faithfully from English to Bahasa Indonesia, the structure will be confusing and difficult to understand, and also there are some information missing like pertama akan memberikan. So what is pertama? who will provide the example? Siapa yang akan memberikan beberapa contoh? And even in Bahasa Indonesia, if we translate literally from word for word, we have like double quantifier beberapa. It's already showing the plurality, and contoh-contoh is also a plural. So we need to pick one. And then another example, programmatic educational research. So it can be translated into riset program pendidikan. Yeah, but it's actually not the correspondence or equivalence in Bahasa Indonesia. And highly publicized disaster. So we can find the equivalence become bahaya bagi umum. Yeah, if we translate it literally in faithful translation, it will be bahaya yang sangat dipublikasi. Yeah. But it's not too common and it will be kind of difficult for the readers to understand. So we can just find the equivalence into bahaya bagi umum. Okay guys, so those are the most common problems we have in the translation. Okay, we will continue with the next material translation strategies in the next video.